What's up, beer drinkers? How y'all doing this week? Oh, we got another great show for you again this week. Not only do we drink and review some delicious beers, but in our beer news segment, we talk about Anchor Brewing and we also talk about real American beer. After that, Sorcerer Chromatic lists Donald Sutherland's greatest movies, and we talk about him, R.I.P. Donald Sutherland. We also do a little shout out to Willie Mays. It was hard to do a Willie Mays list because most of the stuff about Willie Mays was either like stories, like, you know, some great stories, which, you know, takes a long time for each story, or, you know, plays. You got to really see him play. You could talk about it, but this is a podcast. This is not a video show. So, RIP. And then we also have a third RIP / funeral during our drunken shenanigans. And then we touch a little bit on House of the Dragon Season 2, Episode 1. No Acolyte this week, maybe next week. Sorcerer Chromatic, all of his recording equipment is packed up because he and his family are moving soon. So he recorded. We recorded via, was it FaceTime or Skype, through his phone? Anyway, that's why it sounds a little bit different. I apologize for the levels, the audio level. I was very disappointed. I thought I nailed it, and then when I listened back to it, it was like, he's a little bit louder than I am on this one, so kind of bugged me. I'm sure most of y'all don't care, but I care. All right, before we get to the show, don't forget to follow us on Untapped and Instagram. Search Cold Brew Podcast. And that's about it. So without further ado, it's time for another Cold Brew. Coming at you pre-recorded from Cold Brew Studios. I am Greg. He is Sorcerer Chromatic, and we're here to talk about beer.
Yes, we are.
How you doing this week, man?
Good, man. Starting to get a summer heat wave over in my neck of the woods.
Yeah, I heard it was like in the 90s, upper 90s this weekend.
Yeah, and then I was at my in-laws to get my daughter, so we got triple digits.
Oh yeah, out there in the Sacramento Valley, right?
Right.
What's that area called? Just the Delta, Sacramento Valley? What's it called? I have no idea.
As far as I know, they just refer to it as a valley. Some call it the Northern Valley.
All right. But anyway, yeah, it gets hotter than a bastard up there.
Right.
Anyway, and they're yeah.
Well, that's like two things, because it'd be the northern end of the Central Valley, which is the biggest valley in the state.
Right.
But yeah, it's not the northern end of the Sacramento Valley either. You know, so
yeah.
Kind of.
It keeps going up there a little bit. Plus, you know, you got the Delta right there, so it does get humid, as long with the heatness too. The heatness, is that a word?
I think so.
All right. Well, let's get to the beer, shall we?
Sure.
All right, good, because I have not had a beer all day. I've been saving myself for the show.
Oh, wow! Look at you.
Yeah, I know. I should have looked this up. I'm totally unprepared. But I have from our good friends at Pure Project in San Diego, California. I have their beer called United.
Ooh, like the airline.
Yeah, and I got this because it's got like a fake wood paneling type of like design on it, but it's like colored red, white, and blue. I think maybe they did it for the coming up 4th of July's festivities.
Huh.
Oh, here.
Possibly.
I have the write-up right here. It is, 6.9% alcohol by volume. Get ready to celebrate with United. Yep, our 4th of July themed murky IPA crafted with some of our favorite American hops, Citra and Mosaic. This brew offers intriguing aromas of sweet citrus, strawberry jam, and ripe nectarines, followed by a medley of flavors including pineapple, green grape juice, and a subtle hint of strawberry. This balanced, juicy murky is the perfect companion for afternoons spent alongside great company. Grab a can of United this 4th of July and toast to independence and awesome beer. So without further ado, pop off. Very nice.
I have a beer. Considering how hot it is, I chose a style that goes against it, if you will,
Okay.
because I have an imperial stout.
Hey, it's never a wrong
no,
time.
normally in the in the hotter days, I do the day crushes. Hey, remember when I did the summer of lagers or whatever?
Was it called
What did I
that?
call it?
Yeah, I think that's what you called it.
Yeah, was that last summer or the summer before that?
I don't know, man. You have so many great gimmicks. I kind of get lost.
Well, the thing is, because I ran that gimmick through like New Year's, right?
Oh, yeah, that's right. That was my favorite part of that one.
Um, but I have from 50/50. Is it totality or totally?
I don't know. You tell me. Is there an I in there?
There is.
Okay, then it's totality.
That's right. Um, but sometimes that silent I rule gets me.
Okay.
So I have totality, imperial step. See, imperial's got the silent I, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
That's how you say it.
Because you just start with the M.
Right?
Imperial.
Imperial. Uh, okay, so
Sorry.
everyone has their price. For some, it's measured in dollars. For others, it's measured in powder days. For those that have the gift of passion for the dark side, it is measured in pints of totality imperial stout. I
Ooh.
like that. That's pretty badass. Okay. Dark brown to black in color and nearly opaque. Totality has a velvet-like mouthfeel, moderate hints of dark dried fruit, espresso beans, and dark chocolate, with just a hint of hot bitterness, striking the perfect balance. Welcome to the dark side, friends. Find your balance. Ooh, and it's got like some navigation coordinates on it.
Ooh, all right.
Again, 50/50 Brewing out of Truckee, California.
Yeah.
And this Totality Stout is also the base for their Eclipse line.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So, again, geez, not to call them out, but I remember when their barrel aged, the Eclipse came
Mm-hmm.
out, and they were, they were they were very sought after.
Yeah.
Hard to get, or not hard to get, just limited, and not everyone carried them. Not everyone carried all of them, and they were the first ones in my eyes that had a lot of variants, especially with what brand whiskey barrels they use, and then they started
Yep.
getting some different styles as well. Like I remember they had like a basically a Jägermeister style,
Mm-hmm.
and then they also did like rum ones. So I saw this beer and I just thought, hey, let me just get the base for all the greatness that 50/50 has done with Eclipse and enjoy a totality.
That's a good point. Because that one time I got you that Elijah Craig barrel one. Remember that one, the purple top?
Right.
Yeah, because I bought one for you and one for me, and that was like in like 2015, 16, something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, they had like 5 or 6 there, like different ones. I bought that one specifically because it was Elijah Craig, and I knew that was one of the sought after variants. But yeah, they had a shitload back then. I don't know if they still have a lot of different variants now, or did they tone it down? Do you know?
As far as I knew, they do.
Okay.
And unfortunately, I don't see the demand for them as much as I do see them kind of still available in a lot of places.
Okay. All right. Well, they're just aging properly on the shelves.
There you go.
Okay. Real quick, I just want to go back to your the what do you call it, the description of the beer, and it started off. I thought Ted DiBiase wrote it.
Oh, everyone's got a price.
Yeah. All right. Back to my United. This was fantastic, dude. This is my type of hazy IPA. I have often said on the show the stone fruit flavors are my favorite. This does have a strong nectarine. I'm not getting. I don't know if it's strawberry, but there is a berry presence in it, which is probably second favorite hazy IPA flavors, and citrus, of course, is up there. It'll always be up there, and it is there because with the Citra and the Mosaic. And so this one's very well done. This is one of my favorite IPAs I've had so far this month. And to be honest, man, they're getting super samey on me. But when I drink one that's like this with the heavy stone fruit flavor, this is it right here. This is up in my upper echelon. So I'm vibing.
Okay, sipping this, a lot. You'd be surprised how much of this is evident in one of their barrel aged ones.
Okay.
As a lot of the flavor is bold, especially I'm going to say it's that dried fruit flavor because it's a distinct sweetness. Not so much espresso right now or chocolate. Just it's got some bold flavor without being roasty. So this does this very very evident that you would taste this with had it been barrel aged as well.
Nice. And to create a great barrel aged style, you need a good base. You can't just throw just a bunch of random malt and hops in there. You need a really good one.
You bring up a point too. I remember saying this. I don't know if I said it on the show, but I mean, I'd like to try the Goose Island Kentucky brand stout, or Bourbon County brand stout.
Yeah.
Without the barrel aging. Just what's the untreated version like?
Right. And that's the one I get a variant of every year, so I have a vertical of that, like going back like the last 6 years.
Right.
But I gotta start drinking them because they're not getting any better at that point.
Pretty much.
All right. We will rate these beers later on during our Untapped portion of the show. Don't forget to follow us on Untapped. And just search Cold Brew Podcast and friend us, and we'll friend you back. But right now, it's time for some beer news. All right, the first one, I don't think we've talked about it on the show. I know this is a big one that everyone's been talking about for the last couple of weeks. But Anchor Brewing has been bought. Man, I can't even talk right now. And this is my first beer. Maybe I should have had a couple beers before. They got bought by, I think, I'm probably going to butcher this name, Hamdi Ulukaya. He is the billionaire founder and CEO of yogurt maker Chobani. So he came in and swooped in. I wouldn't say at the last minute because they had already been closed for a few months now, but he's going to come through and, this kind of, I wasn't around at the time, but Fritz Maytag, who is totally, not in the beer business, came through and bought Anchor and kind of resurrected them and saved them. And now here's another resurrector savior for Anchor Brewing in Hamdi Ulukaya. So you're up there in the Bay Area. What's the vibe up there like about this purchase?
I don't know. I haven't really.
Okay.
Well, on Tuesday,
mm-hmm.
I met up with the mad scientist, and we went to Market Beer Company for a little bit.
Okay.
But we just shot the shit about life, not the beer scene as much.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I was just hanging out with my friend. Like, geez, like my whole my whole style of going out for drinking now has changed because the bartender or the beer tender, if you will. It was a lady, and she knew a lot about beer. She
mm-hmm.
described a lot to me, pretty good, and had her opinions and stuff.
At Market Beer, you're getting quality employees there.
All right, how about now?
No, you're fine. Did you hear me?
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're getting quality employees at Market Beer. So yeah, I have no doubt that she knew her shit.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I thought you meant the quality of my sound.
No. Yeah, okay. So, but I understand what you're saying because you don't see your friends as often, so it's more about your personal lives catching up than beer talk, right?
Exactly, that's what I was saying. So I didn't chop it up with him? Like I didn't include her in the conversation because we weren't talking that much about beer, to be honest.
No, that's fine. I was just wondering if like you seen like news stories on like on the
I was
local
gonna say
news.
sharing this experience, but yeah, I mean, what a time, if any, to bring up to anyone about what they felt about the Anchor program or the Anchor sale, and what they felt and thought about it.
Yeah.
However,
How about you?
opportunity missed.
How about you though? Like, how do you feel? Are you excited? Are you happy, or is it just like, just another beer?
I'm excited,
Okay.
and I don't know what they do with it exactly. I want them to go back a little bit to their older style, the old school style labels,
Mm.
because they got too bland and generic for me when they rebranded.
Oh yeah, you like the old illustrations rather than the contemporary graphics, right?
Right. I mean, I wouldn't even call it. Well, I would call them graphics, yeah, but it was just like, you know, letters on a can versus like it almost kind of reminded me of like a crest or a even like a uh, a sailor tattoo.
Mm-hmm.
That type of you know artwork for their
Oh yeah,
original logos.
I can see that.
And then yeah, even going back to their signature stubby bottles. I mean, I always associated the Anchor in bottles over cans.
That's a good point. That's a very like rudimentary feeling that you get, or just the bottle shape. I mean, everyone knows what a Bud Light bottle looks like, or a Coors, the little stubby Coors Light bottles. It just, or the Red Stripe, or what have you. Um, it evokes a feeling. Just grabbing a different style bottle, because they had like that tapered neck style, right?
A little bit. I mean, it was a short neck, but it
Yeah,
just seemed a little bit different.
right. Just like spirit bottles, they all got to be different, but you know what you
Right.
have. All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
and like yeah, for me, Anchor Steam is a beer like it looks just right in the bottle, like a Corona. A Corona can doesn't look right. It's got to be the glass bottle.
That's a good
My
point. Right.
same with same with Heineken. I mean, it's got to be the
Yeah.
green glass. I mean, just
Mm-hmm.
granted, I haven't had a glass bottle of Corona or Heineken in a while, long while in some cases, but
Yeah.
it's iconic like that. Part of it.
Yeah. No, you're right, because that's all that was available for a long time. They were just in those bottles, and so you associate that bottle with that beer.
Yeah, or even like when I like a month or two ago when I had the Gordon Biersch in the can. I mean, I liked it. At the same time, it's like no, man, these need to be the long neck bottles.
Yeah, the long neck brown bottles, man. That's what we grew up on.
Exactly.
All right. Moving right along to our next story. This is another one
Hey,
yeah.
real quick, going back to the owner who bought it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So is it a Japanese company?
Chobani? I don't think so.
Yeah.
Let me look him
Okay.
up. That's a good point, because they make Greek yogurt, as far as I know. So maybe he's Greek.
Ah, well, that would make sense. Although I thought it was like a Japanese dairy farm or something like that.
Maybe. Cause they showed the guy. He doesn't look Asian.
Well,
It's an American food company. Founded
okay.
by Hamdi Ulukaya. Let me see. He's Turkish.
Oh, okay.
So he lives in the U.S., and it's an American company, but his background is his family's from Turkey.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, yeah, I started buying Chobani. By the way, I started buying Chobani yogurt. I used to buy Faye. I think I mentioned that. Now I buy Chobani just because of that. Until they start distributing out here Anchor beer, I'll buy Chobani, because that's the only way I can support it, like indirectly.
Hmm.
All right. The next story I do want to get to, and it's a little bit old story, a little bit stale, but we haven't talked in a little while. So, the headline: Hulk Hogan launches real American beer lager brand in 4 states with 13 more planned. So, Terry Bollea, which is his real name, his shoot name, as they say in the industry, better known as Hulk Hogan, has launched a new premium brand, Real American Beer. The Hall of Fame wrestler will distribute his easy drinking light lager across 17 states this summer, with several retail partners to bring Americans together one beer at a time. The malt is meticulously brewed with 100% North American ingredients. So that I read that is into, from Canada to Mexico, they get the ingredients. They're 4.2% ABV, and each carries a rich golden hue to ensure a well-balanced taste. So not only is it available, it will be available in 17 states, including Florida, Missouri, Minnesota, and Colorado. But it's backed by Hard Rock Casino, I read. So you can get these at any Hard Rock Casino-owned restaurants or casinos.
Oh.
So
Okay.
anyway, it just sounds like another light lager and capitalizing on Hulk Hogan's image, which is not a bad fucking idea.
No, I mean, sometimes I wish, I go to the store and sometimes they don't have the Stone Cold because it's sold out. They make it, but it's not crazy popular. Sometimes I wish it was more popular or it was more available, so they wouldn't run out. So what's that mean? It's very niche, if you will.
Yeah, the as far as the Stone Cold ones, right? Well, he's got a lager now,
Right.
and that's a little bit more got a broader appeal than his first IPA.
That's true.
But
What I'm getting at is like I just hope it works for him. Like that, like they're able to I guess find it profitable. That way they always have it made and it is available.
yeah, and I guess because El Segundo they brew the Stone Cold beer, and I don't know if they contract out, but if they don't, that's probably why it sells out quickly and they only make it in small batches. Where it seems like this endeavor, they're going to probably be contract brewing in a few different places, so it could be more widely available.
There you go.
Anyway, so yeah. One other thing I wanted to get to, and I didn't pull it up, but speaking of famous people, the Kelsey brothers bought Garage Beer, right? Or did they buy it or invest it? Yeah, not Garage Project. It's actually the brewery's called the Garage Beer.
Okay.
And so they bought that. I think that's back out east somewhere. Now I have to look it up. Garage Beer. So yeah, the Kelsey brothers are cashing in, and they're gonna find out this industry is not that great. To be honest, it's a really hard industry to get into, I should say. Where are they out of? Columbus, Ohio.
Yeah.
So, zero IPA. It says 100% light beer, 1,000% quality. So this is an easy drinker. I guess they the anti-craft beer, the anti-craft beer craft brewery.
Oh, okay.
The garage is always open. So good for them. I wish them luck, but it's a hard industry, man. Good luck.
Like the Swifties aren't of drinking age yet.
A lot of them don't drink beer either. They just like their I don't want to say White Claws, but the sweeter style beers or sweeter style drinks. But hey, I know a lot of beer drinkers who are Swifties. Now, I wouldn't consider myself a Swiftie, but I'm not a hater. I do appreciate. I do like some of her songs. I can't say I don't. And my daughter likes them, so I kind of have to listen to what she listens to. That way, I get she knows. She doesn't know the words, but I told you that last time. She asked me if I was Drake or Kendrick's side. So she knows. So she knows that song anyway, not like us.
Oh, really?
I was surprised. She only is 12, but yeah, that song's it's creeping throughout everything.
Oh yeah.
All right. All right, that's all I have for the beer news. So you know what that means?
I think I do.
All right. That means it's time for everyone's favorite segment on Cold Brew because it's my favorite segment. It's time for the Cold Brew List.
Dun, 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 dun.
So we lost some legends. R.I.P. Willie Mays.
Yeah, R.I.P. Willie Mays. Damn.
I mean,
93 though.
The icon of the franchise still. I mean, very, very, very revered, loved, and popular in the Bay Area. Yeah, he's still going to be in the Shadow 24, right?
Oh yeah, always. But I think he's resigned that's what's going to. It's always going to be like that.
Right. Also, lost a very talented, popular actor in Mr. Donald Sutherlands.
A lot of great movies we love.
Yes. And because of that, I'm going to do a quick top 10 Donald Sutherland film list.
Okay.
Right? Number 10,
Yeah.
1995's Outbreak.
Oh, yeah. I saw that movie once. I don't even think I saw it at the theater. That's with Cuba Gooding Jr., isn't it, right?
I don't know.
Oh, and shoot, I forgot who the female lead was. But yeah, I know he's in that.
All right. And then number 9, I personally feel it should be a little bit higher. National Lampoon's Animal House, 1978.
Yeah, but he was on the screen for maybe like 10 minutes at the most. And we did get to see his ass. I think that's why it what do you call it? It pushed it down the list. But that was a funny bit though. Like he reached up in the cabinets, right? And his sweater went above his cheeks.
Something like that, yeah. All right. Number 8. I never seen this one. It's an older one, 1970s. I'm sorry. Yeah, 1976. The Eagle Has Landed.
Oh, I never seen that one either. Is that like a space flick?
No, it's World War II.
Oh, okay.
All right. Number 7. I think I'm saying this right. Another older one, 1971. Clute.
What's it called?
Clute.
Oh,
Klute.
Oh, I've never heard of it.
Yeah. Jane Fonda's in it.
Oh, okay. That's the draw, right?
Pretty much. 1980. I heard of this movie. I never seen it. Ordinary People.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've heard of it too. I don't think I've seen it either. Kind of want to see it now.
Here we go. 1978. At number 5, Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
That was a pretty good one. I remember seeing it like on like cable. So a lot of commercials.
Number 4, 1981, Eye of the Needle.
Oh, I don't think I've ever seen that one. That another World War II one?
Number 3, 1970s, Kelly's Heroes.
That has to be a World War II movie, right?
World War II, yeah.
Okay.
Clint Eastwood stuff.
Ooh, all right.
Dang, here's another World War II one. Number 2, coming in, 1967's Dirty Dozen.
Oh, yeah, that's a great movie. I like that one.
He's another war one. From 1970, he was in MASH.
Oh, yeah. He was Hawkeye, yeah. That was a good movie. Have you seen that one?
I seen half of it.
Okay.
What creeped me out was they did the lyrics to the opening song.
Yeah, the suicide is painless. That is pretty creepy when you hear that part. Because we're used to the TV show. We saw you and I probably saw the reruns of MASH, the TV show, before we saw the movie, right?
Right.
And the intro was the suicide is painless, but they had no lyrics, so it was just a nice little instrumental.
Right. I mean, that's all I got. I mean, I remember him too in I liked him in A Time to Kill.
Yeah.
That was a cool movie.
Wait, was he in that? I know Kiefer was.
Yeah, I mean, I loved what you called Animal House. So
yeah.
Well,
he was in Backdraft too.
Oh yeah, he was the arsonist, right?
Yeah.
Or what?
Yep.
Was he the main one, or just that one crazy one that De Niro like showed up to keep off parole?
Yeah, well, he did show. He went to go interview him or talk to him about arsonists, and he was because he's captured. Like, he's in a psychiatric ward, I think, and he has that weird conversation with them. He's so creepy in it, but it's so good though. His performance. That's the one performance that stuck out for me in that movie, anyway. Oh, that and You Go, We Go. Very nice, yeah. R.I.P. Donald Sutherland. Now we got Kiefer. He's doing good things, so his legacy lives on.
Definitely.
All right, man. How's your beard doing?
It's got graphic.
I bet. All right, so we're gonna rate our beers right now on Untapped, and you had by Eclipse. What was it called? Fatality?
Totality.
Let's see here. There's a lot of fatalities out there. Let me, I'll probably have to enter 50-50 then. There it is. All right. What would you like to rate this beer at?
I'm at 3.5.
Okay. And what notes would you like to leave on it?
Bold, rich, and sweet.
Rich. Sweet, huh? How's this? What's the sweetness? How do you attribute the sweetness? Is it like a vanilla in there, or is it just like a really malty?
No, that dried fruit is really shining.
Oh, okay. All right. The dried fruit flavor. All right. Let me close all these cards. I'm going to go back into the Untapped app real quick. 3 of our friends have rated it for an overall rating of 4.17. Chris Toadman, he gives it a 4. Patrick M gives it a 4.5. Nico B gives it a 4. An overall rating of 3.97. All right, so I had by Pure Project, I had their United. I dig this one, man. I'm going to give this one a 4.5. But like I said, this is kind of right up my style. So right now is an overall rating of 4.06. None of our friends have rated it, so I'm going to check in at 4.5. I'm going to say it is fruity and smooth. Save and check in. One thing I want to bring up before we bring up, because I do want to talk about House of the Dragon real quick, but one more funeral you forgot. One more person who died this recently is Drake.
Oh, geez.
He's done, man. In my estimation, he's just better stop recording now.
Is he going to start doing metal like Machine Gun Kelly?
that whole Juneteenth episode?
Yeah.
I didn't watch the whole thing, but
the Ken and Friends pop-up event, yeah.
Oh my God, dude. He just got roasted so bad, so publicly. I don't think anyone's ever going to buy his stuff again. They still might play it on the radio. Still might get radio play, but man, how do you feel about this whole Drake thing? Drake, Kendrick Lamar beef?
You know, a long time ago, not a long time ago, a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
I was talking with LT, and we were just talking about, like, you know, we're too old for the rap on the radio these days, or to even keep up, because so many people just drop a single on streaming and, like, you know, it's got 50,000 downloads before we even knew what happened, you know, the next day or before midnight or whatever. So long story short, we were talking about, you know, people we still go see and stuff like that. And then I remember this was a few years ago, and I go, I guess, you know, I'd still see Drake. I mean, he's not really rap, but like my wife and I went to go see The Weeknd.
Yeah.
And then, you know, then he just kind of mentions Kendrick, and I go, yeah, but see, I don't put Kendrick in the category of a new rapper. I mean, he is a new rapper. Just to me, he's already got enough like hits and cred that he's already in my he's already in my collection. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I did see, you know, Kendrick Lamar before I realized, you know, how big he was when Black Hippie played Rock the Bells. You know, so
okay.
It was something that was just kind of out of thought. Then gosh, yeah. Then they started doing all these drops and dissing back and forth, and you know, it's like I couldn't keep up with it. But now that everything's settled out, you realize that Kendrick had this whole thing planned out from a long time ago. It was all designed, and yeah, he just was able to get a concert in LA to showcase, you know, what it was all about. And yeah, I feel happy for him, not just having the show and kind of besting Drake, just for the whole LA unity thing that they were able to do as well.
Oh yeah, regardless of the diss track.
But I mean
the celebration was great.
That song's catchy. That you know,
yes, it is.
The intro to the I See Dead People, that was crazy. You know, when you had Dr. Dre come out and do it too.
Right.
of all people.
Yeah, the whole celebration, the Juneteenth celebration, I thought was very successful. Regardless of the diss track, I thought it was a great idea, and they pulled it off, and it was stunning. But the fact he did that song like 5 times, and now it's
Right.
like, I've heard it. I saw someone post on social media, and I don't know if it's true, but they're calling it the song of the summer already. And I've never seen a diss or a beef so public as far as mainstream public, because all of our rap beefs that we went through, you know, the Tupac, Biggie, who else was there? There was Eminem and a whole sort of load of people.
Right.
But yeah, or even with Drake and Pusha T, it wasn't that big.
No. I mean, and then, you know, you look at stuff like, I forget where I heard it from, but like, you know, Drake is a lot more mainstream. I mean, even Kendrick refers to that in his dissing with them.
Right.
And you know, like No Vaseline was a great song, but it wasn't a club banger. You know, it wasn't a number one on the charts.
True.
But people liked it. People listened to it. Same with Ether. You know, it just kind of like battle raps. You know, diss tracks really don't make it that big
because it's too personal.
Right.
Yeah. I guess when you battle rap one of the biggest pop rap artists right now, then it's gonna gain traction, I guess. But it's
right.
It's super cerebral too, though, the whole thing. Like I've gone through and looked at the lyrics, and I'm like, wow, this guy is got all these references that is even over my head.
Right.
So he just I've liked Kendrick ever since swimming pool. I think you're the one who introduced me to swimming pools.
Right. Good City.
Yeah. Oh man, that's a great album. And to be honest, I wasn't really into that To Pimp a Butterfly or whatever it's called. Didn't really care for that album. Right. But he was being
I know. I mean, to me, I still like Damn. To me, I think Damn's the best.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, Damn is fucking amazing. I do like that one. And he had like an album like just with the what's his name, Brother Keem or Baby Keem or something like that. They put out an album together, and it was just okay, in my estimation. But this one is just these singles are just, they're fire, even if they weren't diss songs. The one he did with Metro Boomin, that was a good song too.
Right.
Yeah. Just the tracks are good. Tracks are good. So anyway, R.I.P. Drake's mainstream career.
Drake's diss rapping career. Anyway.
Yeah. Right. You can go back to talking about partying and started from the bottom.
Right.
Anyway, do you want to get into House of Dragon a little bit? I didn't write any notes or anything, but I know you're all over it. How'd you think the first? The second episode's out tonight. I haven't watched it yet. So, what'd you think of the first one?
Okay, I liked it.
Yeah.
I thought they were gonna do the coup de grace.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you call it? Like, I thought that was how the show was going to enter or start. Like it would just open with those two guys just like walking through like the inner chambers and halls looking for rats supposedly, and then
so you already knew this was going to happen?
I didn't think it'd be. I knew it was going to be in the beginning of the season. I just didn't know it was going to be at the end of episode 1.
Dude, just because maybe I'm just ignorant, or I just try to stay away from all the previews and all that stuff and all the hype and all the media surrounding it, but I didn't see that happening. And when I saw it, my jaw dropped. Like, holy shit! They just went for it right away.
Yeah.
In the first episode. So what we're talking about is the killing of the heir of the throne, right?
Yeah.
And he's only like 4 or 5 years old. They're like two grown men go and kill like a kid, not a toddler, but still.
Yeah. Shoot, I forgot his name.
Oh, isn't it?
Was his name also Aegon?
Yeah, I think it was. They named him after Aegon. I think it was.
How original! These Targaryen names, There's too many Targaryens with similar names on the screen right now. It was easier in Game of Thrones.
You're right. Either there's isn't there like Damon and Draymond and Aemon and Skaman and
Yeah, yeah. I mean, because there's Aegon and there's Aemon. And there's
I think Draymond Green's in there.
well, yeah. There's J Harry's. Yeah, there's like it either starts with an A, a D, or a J, or an R.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I mean, there's a few outliers.
In the Tiger, yeah. Or there's the C, the like Cordalis and stuff like that, right?
Cordalis?
I thought that was his name. The guy who got saved and he had to go thank the guy who saved him. Is that his name? Or Cornwallis or some shit?
Oh, but he's not a Targaryen.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh,
yeah.
but he's
his name's Corlys Valerian. Yeah.
Okay, but he's a High Valerian though, right?
Right. He's from Valyria, yeah.
Okay.
He's from Essos.
All right.
Yeah, okay, so going back, watching how they're gonna like form up. Well, it started with the wall with Cregan Stark too.
Yeah.
Now, for those of you that are nerds and know everything already, like me, cool. For those of you that were fans of Game of Thrones and are fans of the series, the TV series, now watching this, in the first episode last year, when the king declared his daughter the heir, and all the lords swore their fealty to her,
right?
There was a guy in Stark armor doing it, but that wasn't the guy in this season. That was his dad.
Oh, okay.
I forgot his name too. But so Rhaenyra's other son went up there to reforge the
like the bond or something.
Well, the loyalty oath.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
And Starks, being of their word, assured him and was going to give him what 5,000 or 2,000 soldiers or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So I mean, he kind of like locked his allegiance back in, which didn't come up yet.
Okay.
Not that well, but at least in episode 2 is what I'm saying.
Oh,
not episode 2, episode 1.
Episode 1, yeah.
Because that was the opening, and then the kid came back from the wall, and like, that was the thing too. Like, that's when he found out he got the Raven, the note about his brother getting killed. So,
yeah.
He went back.
That's right. Yeah. Oh, and the what do you call it? That whole thing. I mean, we know the extent of the wall, and we see the outcome and why it was built because we saw Game of Thrones, but he was trying to sell them the fact that they couldn't offer them more than just 2,000 soldiers because they have to be here for in case anything happens.
Right.
So I got the whole gravity of it. It's hard to convey to someone who's trying to fight a war now, not prevent a war later in the future.
Mm.
So I like that scene. I thought it was a good scene.
Word.
Thank you.
Then like Damon and his interaction with Rhaenys, I mean, already strategizing too.
Yeah.
I mean, Damon's out for blood, long story short.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all there is to it.
Yeah, that guy is he doesn't know anything but like aggressive actions.
Right.
But he is well thought out, even though a lot of his stuff is impulsive. I think he's a lot smarter than people give him credit for. Than I give him credit for, anyway.
Right.
Oh, anyway, did you read that prequel book?
The prequel book.
Yeah, the one.
Which one?
The one. Isn't there a book about all this the story that we're seeing right now, or no? Is this just something that they made up?
No, yeah, there's a book about it.
Yeah.
I didn't read it because if you read the original books, it's in there.
Oh, okay, all right. Hey, speaking of which, I like to listen.
But yeah, what you're talking about the shoot, what is it? Is it the Ice and Fire book or the Fire and Blood book? But yeah, there is like an offshoot book about this.
I think you're right. I think it is called Fire and Blood. But Yeah, I like to listen to audiobooks when I work out. I have to wait 3 months or no 3 weeks because I go through the library, so they rent out just a certain amount. But I got the first book in the Game of Thrones series.
Oh, nice.
So I'll be listening to that. Dude, they say it takes 36 hours to listen to. It's big. It's going to be my biggest book I've ever listened to.
You can put it on 1.5.
Oh, no, yeah. Well, right now I have it on 1.25. I might, put it on 1.5 for that one because I have 2 weeks to listen to it. And I'll listen to about an hour or two a day. So I should get through it. Like right now, I've been playing video games most of the day, and I've been listening to my latest book right now. That's why I don't know if you noticed on Instagram, my my little note is Greg died of cholera because I've been listening to a book about Oregon Trail.
Oh, gee.
So this guy and his brother actually like took a covered wagon and followed the Oregon Trail. Like I want to say like less than 10 years ago, like very recently. And so he's just talking about their experience and all that. Man, they've gone through hardships. They've broken wheels. They've lost a cart. It's almost like the game, when you break down and shit. It really is almost like that. But then they go through the history. Like when they stop at a certain point, they talk about the history of Independence Rock and Soda Springs and all that stuff. So it was it's entertaining. Let's put it that way. It's a fun listen. I don't know why I stumbled across it, but when I saw it, I'm like, yeah, I'll give it a try. But I like it. Yeah. All right, man. Anything else you'd like to bring up in this episode of Cold Brew Podcast?
No, I think we're good.
All right. Thank you for downloading. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm still watching The Acolyte. Maybe we'll review that next show.
Yeah, next show. Yeah, we'll dedicate a little bit of time for The Acolyte, and I'm watching it too. And they better pick up soon, bro. That's all I gotta say.
All right.
All right. Thank you for downloading yet again another Cold Brew Podcast. I am Greg. He is Sorcerer Chromatic, and we'd like to wish you cheers.
Until next time.